What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy, Cam ATL, and welcome back to another Prizepicks video with your boy. Drop a like down below because I already know you're gonna love it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Comment anything in the comment section and enter your name into the $50 giveaway I do every single week on this channel. Thank you guys for joining me as always. PropsMadeEasy.com. Last night was a tough one for me, man. I couldn't hit a prop to save my life, and I played all the best props possible. Like all the best EV spots just failed. You know what I mean? Even the plus EV plus projection spots fail, which is crazy. Like a lot of times you hit most of those. You know what I mean? But yesterday was just one of those days, man. And that happens in betting. That's why you got to keep your bankroll management. You got to do the right thing and just stay disciplined and don't raise your betting limit too much and just stay disciplined. You know what I mean? Make sure you're withdrawing money. A lot of people just keep the money in their account and start betting more when they win. Like withdraw chunks, actually be able to use it and see that extra money in your real life. You know what I mean? So let's go ahead and get into it though. PME prop tool, boom. Okay, as you guys notice that there's a lot less plus EV plus projection plays than there was yesterday when we did the video. That's because lines move. And as I've always told you, it's incredibly important on like Tuesdays to get in here on the Props Made Easy tools and get the biggest discrepancy lines because they will move and the amount of options will start to lower as the week goes on. I mean, we'll have different people pop in and stuff and we'll have more and more add on depending on line movement and stuff like that. But for now, as you can see, we're down to 5 remaining when it comes to plus EV plus projection because all the other ones have pretty much bumped. So let's talk about what we do have options on that are plus EV plus projection. As always, the plus EV plus projection plays are the ones that will show automatically on all tools. If you want to see all, you just uncheck plus EV plus projection and you can see everything. All right. But let's stick to the plus EV plus projection because we know not only is that plus EV, but it's plus projection as well. And the projection is on the same side of that EV. So that makes it a great play. All right. First and foremost, Mike Evans. It looked like Baker Mayfield. Most of the time, Tampa Bay is going to play from behind, it seems like, this season. And it looked like Baker Mayfield and Mike Evans got a nice little rapport together. Mike Evans is only at a 50.5 line on Prizepicks. As you can see, the PME pick, if you want to simplify things, you can just see what we recommend right here. It easily shows you whether we like the over or the under his line on Prizepicks. Mike Evans over receiving yards. He's set at 50.5. We have him, sportsbooks have him at 57.5, and our projection is 62.4. So solid sportsbook differential of 7, solid projection differential of 11.9. This is the another guy that he will bump eventually. You want to get him in now while his value is so amazing. So get him in as soon as you can. Mike Evans receiving yards. We played him last week. We're going to play him again. He's going to hit again. Debo Samuel receiving yards. There's another guy at 50.5 that looks good on the over. 53.5. Not as good as Mike Evans, but he is a 53.5 over, a 3 sportsbook differential. And then projected for 57, a 6.5 projection differential. So fantastic options. Mike Evans and Debo Samuel are the two of my favorite options. If you didn't get all those other options in, I mean, I went and made a 6 pick really easily yesterday with all that big value before it adjusted. So super happy I got that in, and that's a benefit of being a Props Made Easy member. It's only $15 a month, y'all. That's cheaper than anywhere you will find, and you yourself can become a smart pro better off of just using these tools. You don't need to use Discord or follow some random person on Twitter. The random person on Twitter or whoever's Discord you're following needs to be a PME member if they're not already. You know what I mean? So definitely just take advantage of the fact you can become a pro better yourself and make these decisions yourself based off of these numbers. You know what I mean? And that's what it's all about. It's all about making the regular people be able to compete with pro level people instead of just getting your ass kicked all the time because you can't really do research. The PME tools put that research in the projection differentials so you don't have to worry about studying all data to figure out how players are going to do analytically, like in matchups and stuff, because it already got you. You know what I mean? So all the answers are right in front of you. But yeah, Mike Evans and Debo Samuel receiving yards are my 2 favorite options there. College football. We got some good stuff on college football, man. I grabbed Joe Milton over passing yards last night. It was it was like a 12 sportsbook differential. Now it's on the under because it's adjusted. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to grab that value early, man. It always feels good to get that. But on the college football tool, we don't have projections, so we're going off plus EV. Some of the big spots is going to be this under Sportsbook -7 sportsbook differential. He's 210. Graham Mertz for Florida passing yards is set at 210.5 on Prizepicks, 203.5 other places. That's a -7 sportsbook differential. We can grab that value on the under on Graham Mertz for Florida's passing yards, as you can see there. PME pick under, great spot there. DJ Ukulele, I don't know how to say his name. Passing yards. Um, 221.5 on prize picks. Other sportsbook lines have him at 217.5. So that under -4 sportsbook differential looking good for him. On the overs, they're very, very tight lines. Things have moved. If you got it early on, you were able to get some big discrepancies. But right now, very tight lines on the overs. Okay, so really my two favorite would be the Graham Ertz and the DJ Ukulele under. I know I'm screwing his name up, guys. It's a joke. I don't know how to say his name, so I'm going to call him Ukulele. All right. But the over options that we have available, I mean, we have this group right here from Seth Hannigan up to Montrell Johnson. It's just all very, very tight. None of them are going to be guaranteed, but they make the most sense for overs right here. So Montrell Jackson, Joe Milton, Damian Peter Martinez. Joe Milton's rushing yards, Montrell Johnson's rushing yards, Damian Martinez's rushing yards, Tagovailoa passing yards, and then Seth Hennigan over rushing yards are kind of the best over options. And then you got big unders right here. You could take advantage of these ASAP. Graham Mertz especially. Really like him. For baseball today, let's take a look. All right. So, scrolling through, I already know all of these are plus EV plus projection, so I don't got to worry about that. I'm just looking to see if there's any major sportsbook discrepancies here today. See if there's any leaning any way very heavily. Nothing too crazy. We got a couple -135s that are interesting looking, but I'm just gonna, because of that, I'm gonna take these. I'm gonna take a look up here. All right, I'm gonna stick to up here in this level. I'm gonna go Adrian Hauser for hits allowed. PME picks on the over. He's set at 4.5 on prize picks. Vegas also has him at 4.5, but -125 on the over. We have him projected at 5.87 hits allowed against Miami. Miami is a pesky offense. These guys put the bat on the ball, so I would not be surprised to see Miami get to him pretty easily. 1.37 projection differential on the over. Really like that spot for Adrian Hauser over hits allowed. And then let's go ahead and just go this next highest. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. hits, runs, RBIs. Over for PME pick. 1.5 line on prize picks. Vegas likes the over at -130. He's projected 2.47, which is a 0.97 projection differential. So not only is the EV on the over, but the projection differential is also on the over, making it feel very, very comfortable to grab that side. You know what I mean? And the biggest, most important part of PME, utilizing EV and plus projection, is that you're able to get those plus EV plays that actually have the analytics behind them and not just kind of going off where people have moved a line. Because like I've always said, it's not just smart people who move lines one way or the other. You know what I mean? So for example, if this projection was like zero point 0.5 for Vladimir Guerrero, I would think, okay, maybe not the smartest people in the world are moving this on the wrong way, where I'm going to take advantage, I'm going to grab the under, that type of thing. You know what I mean? So, but because Vegas is on one side and the projection is on that side, it kind of solidifies like, okay, the smarter people are betting on that side, and that makes a ton of sense on the over, or vice versa. So, you guys, you get what I'm saying. Anyway, first inning runs tool. When it comes to unders, Diamondbacks and the Mets, Merrill Kelly's been solid in the first inning with a 3.46 ERA in the first inning, -120 odds on going under, 3.98 combined ERA of these two, 1.46 WHIP, which isn't great, isn't horrible, but it also isn't great. But both offenses have not hit the ball very well in the first inning. Only a 698 combined OPS, so very good spot for the under. If you're ever confused on what to do and what we like for a matchup, you can just go all the way to the right and look at bet, whether we have under or over in that spot. Yankees and Red Sox looking like a solid over. Both offenses haven't hit the ball too crazy in the first inning. I mean, 72.5 under 145, so it is a green. But both these teams are solid teams still. You know what I mean? And it's not the most amazing over. I'd prefer a few unders. I'd probably prefer Diamondbacks and Mets and Giants and Rockies other than the other area, but those are the best options if you would like to go and over. It would be the Yankees and the Red Sox. For soccer, we don't have any plus EV plus projection, but real quick, let's look at projection. We have Wnba for shots. As you guys saw, when you first come in, it's always going to only show plus EV plus projection. If you see that there's nobody there, you can uncheck this to see if you can find projection differential plays. I like to just stick with plus EV plus projection, and if plays don't show on plus EV plus projection, I just skip the sport. But if anybody is curious and wants to play some guys still or check out projection differentials, make sure there's not any crazy projection differentials. You can always uncheck this. When you get on it, it'll automatically be selected because we want you to focus on the best possible plays. We don't want you to get distracted by too much. You know what I mean? We want to keep you locked in on the best plays only. But uncheck this, and you'll be able to see the projection differentials. Over on Wnba for Brentford shots, PME pick likes the over. Prizepicks is at 2. We haven't projected 3.75, so solid over with a 1.75 projection differential. And then we can grab the under on Gakpo shots under. Prizepicks has the line at 2. Other sportsbooks have them at 2, so there's no plus EV, but our projection is 0.75, which is low. So really like the under on Gakpo and the over on Wnba. All right. League of Legends, no EV. FIBA is over. We're going to take that off the tool. Csgo. All right, when it comes to CSGO at the top of the list, we have Crims here. Map 1 and 2 kills. PME pick likes the over. 31.5 on Prizepicks. 32.5 on other sportsbooks. So that tells us that the plus EV play would be the over on the Prizepicks. One sportsbook differential. We haven't projected 40.41. Now, these projections don't necessarily mean they're going to get that projection, but we're just making it known like these guys have been playing fantastic lately. It's really just kind of taking all of their stats and what they usually might do, their recent performance, all that stuff to kind of combine it into a number to give you an idea of what they've mostly been doing. So it doesn't necessarily mean all three of these guys for Fnatic are going to get 40s. It means that all three have been playing fantastic. And the fact that their sportsbook differentials are on the over and their projection differentials are on the over and they've been playing so well, it's an interesting spot to grab them. But I'm going to grab the top one here with Crims. Over 31.5, map 1 and 2 kills, projected at 48.91 projection differential. So great spot for the over for Crims. And then for the under, let's grab the under on Decenty for Oplano. Map 1 and 2 kills, PME pick under, 41.5 on Prizepicks. 41 other places, a minus 0.5 sportsbook differential. When you look at his recent performance and his numbers as of late, and his numbers just average period and in this type of spot, normally he'll score around a 35 to 36 range. So that's a minus 5.63 projection differential. So really like the under on Decenty, map 1 and 2 kills, and the over on Crims for Fnatic. For tennis, we don't have any EV. We do have some MMA that came in last night, I believe. I don't believe we talked about MMA yesterday. At the top of the list, we have Lupita Godinez. Significant strikes. PME likes the over. 51.5 on Prizepicks. 57.5 other places. A 6 sportsbook differential. So really like the over on Lupita. These lines will probably adjust, so get them in. Daniel Zellhuber. Significant strikes. Over 47.5. 51.5 other places. A 4 sportsbook differential for him. So those two overs are some of my favorite. The best under is going to be Edgar Cherez. Significant strikes, as you can see, under 24.5, 21.5 other sportsbooks, so you can grab that under for him. All right. For Dota, we don't have anything. Wnba, nothing in there. So let's do a recap. For NFL, crazy to see how well this tool catches value early because as you guys saw in that video yesterday, there was a ton of plays here available, plus EV, plus projection, and now we only have 5. So it's very important you take advantage of them. This doesn't mean we'll only have 5 for the rest of the week. We might have other guys pop in, other prop types and stuff like that. So we'll see. But the best options, Mike Evans, receiving yards right now. Over 50.5 on Prizepicks, 57.5 other places, 7 sportsbook differential, 11.9 projection differential. Great spot for the under on him and great spot for the over on Deebo Samuel receiving yards. If you guys want to check out the big projection differential, guys, you can do that by going here. Big projection, guys. If you're just going off projection, all this EV is even. That's why they're not green. Okay, but when you look at projection differentials, you got some big ones here. You've got Deshaun Watson, who's expected to have do well and get his over on passing yards. Miles Sanders, Brock Purdy, Zach Wilson. So if you want to take advantage of some of those spots, you definitely can. College football. We mainly like a few unders. We like the under on Graham Mertz passing yards and the under on DJ Ukulele. All right, for MLB, Over on Adrian Hauser, hits allowed of 4.5. And then over on Vladimir Guerrero, hits, runs, RBIs. Super simple. Going off the first top two. Easy peasy. First inning runs. The best options are going to be the under on the Diamondbacks and Mets and the under on the Giants and Rockies. I mainly like unders today. For soccer, you got an unchecked plus EV and plus projection. We don't have any EV projection spots because either sportsbook lines aren't dropped yet for some of these guys or they're even lines and it's not leaning one way or the other. 1.75 projection differential for Wissa over shots and then an under on Gakpo at minus 1.25 projection differential. Good spot there. CSGO, we have the over on Crims for Fnatic, and then we're grabbing the under on Decenty for O Plano. For tennis, nothing. MMA, over on Godinez and Zellhuber's significant strikes. The best under would be Edgar on his significant strikes. Dota and WNBA, nothing. But anyways, thank you guys for joining me as always. Hopefully you guys are having a lot of fun utilizing the new user interface. It's much easier, as you could see going through that video. It was so simple just clicking through these sports. It's awesome. Definitely make sure you join up, take advantage. These things update. When lines update on Prizepicks, they update damn near immediately on the tool. Okay, when new lines drop, they drop immediately on the tool, and as long as other sportsbooks have them as well, we can compare them for EV. We will immediately already have projections for these prop types as well, so we're ready to go. As soon as a player's line drops, we can grab value immediately. All right. Thank you guys for joining me as always. Y'all have an amazing day, and I'm out. Peace.